Chapter 50 of Solar Leveling Ragnarok Season 2 catapults readers into a high-stakes showdown at the Jisan Correctional Facility, where a prison break fueled by the mysterious Stardust drug has unleashed chaos. Suho, the young protagonist carrying the weight of his father Sung Jinwoo's legacy, steps into the fray with newfound confidence after his class change quest. The chapter opens with a poignant flashback, a serene moment by a river where a young Suho fishes with his grandfather. The elder's gentle guidance contrasts sharply with the present violence, grounding Suho's motivations in family and duty. In this memory, Suho's resolve is hinted at, a quiet promise to protect that now manifests in his fierce determination to stop the escapees. Back in the present, Suho confronts a horde of Stardust-enhanced criminals led by the menacing Hwang Dongsuk, a familiar antagonist whose brutish strength is amplified by the drug. Dongsuk mocks Suho, calling him a brat, but Suho's response is chilling. For Baru's red memories, ye prisoners die. This cryptic line, possibly tied to his shadow powers or a nod to his father's companion, underscores Suho's lethal intent. He unleashes his Arise Skull, a signature move inherited from Jinwoo, summoning new shadow soldiers from fallen foes. The shadow's dark, fluid extensions of Suho's will slice through the chaos, their eerie forms adding a haunting edge to the urban battlefield. The city streets around the prison are a war zone, with crumbling buildings, panicked civilians, and the night sky ablaze with magical energy, creating an atmosphere of apocalyptic urgency. Key moments include Suho's dynamic combat, where he wields shadow creation to forge weapons and dodges attacks with preternatural agility. Kang Tae-sik, the cunning assassin, lurks in the background, plotting to smuggle Dongsuk to his brother Hwang Dongsuk, weaving a thread of intrigue. The arrival of S-rank hunters Woo Jinchul, Choi Jong-in, and Lim Tae-ju adds tension, as they question Suho's role in the Stardust crisis and Lee Min-sung's murder. Jinchul's trust in Suho clashes with Jong-in and Tae-ju's skepticism, setting up potential conflict. The chapter introduces two new characters, Baek Yoonho, the grizzled guildmaster of the White Tiger Guild, and Baek Miho, his sharp-witted vice guildmaster, both S-rank awakened. Their presence injects fresh dynamics, with Yoonho's commanding aura and Miho's tactical acumen hinting at their pivotal roles. The chapter ends on a cliffhanger, with Tal disguised as Park Dojin watching from the shadows, plotting to exploit the chaos, while Dongsuk's looming return casts a dark shadow over Suho's future. The atmosphere is a blend of visceral action and emotional weight, amplified by the flashback's nostalgic warmth and the present's relentless intensity. Suho's growth as a hunter and the reintroduction of familiar faces alongside new players make this a pivotal chapter. The visual storytelling in Chapter 50 of Solar Leveling Ragnarok is a masterclass in manhwa artistry, translating the raw energy of an animated sequence into static panels. Artist Jan from Red Eye Studio delivers breathtaking action, with Suho's Arise Skull stealing the show. The moment shadows rise from fallen prisoners is depicted with swirling, ink-eye tendrils that seem to pulse off the page, their forms both menacing and elegant. The fight scenes are fluid, with multi-panel sequences capturing Suho's acrobatic dodges and the devastating impact of Dongsuk's Stardust fuel punches. The flashback to the river is a standout, rendered in soft greens and golds that evoke tranquility, contrasting beautifully with the dark, chaotic blues and reds of the prison break. This tonal shift enhances the emotional depth, making Suho's resolve feel personal and urgent. Character designs are a highlight. Suho's youthful intensity, accentuated by his glowing eyes during Arise, contrasts with Dongsuk's hulking, vain brutality. Baek Yoonho and Baek Miho are visually striking. Yoonho's rugged features and tiger-like stance reflect his guild's namesake, while Miho's sleek design and piercing gaze suggest a strategic mind. The city's destruction is rendered with meticulous detail, from shattered concrete to flickering streetlights, immersing readers in the chaos. However, the crowded fight scenes occasionally overwhelm, with too many shadows and effects cluttering the panels, which may confuse readers on smaller devices. The flashback, while gorgeous, feels slightly abrupt in its placement, briefly disrupting the pacing. Additionally, quieter moments like Jinchul's defense of Suho could use more nuanced expressions to convey emotional stakes, as they sometimes feel overshadowed by the action's grandeur. Despite these minor hiccups, the artwork remains a visual feast, upholding the series' reputation for cinematic flair. Chapter 50 is a thrilling milestone for Solar Leveling Ragnarok Season 2, blending heart-pounding action, emotional depth from the grandfather flashback, and intriguing new characters in Baek Yoonho and Baek Miho. Suho's use of Arise and his cryptic line about Baru's red memories add layers to his character, hinting at deeper connections to his father's legacy. The reappearance of Dongsuk and Tae-sik ties the story to its roots, while the White Tiger Guild's introduction expands the world in exciting ways. The cliffhanger with Tal and Dongsuk's shadow ensures the stakes will only rise. On the critique side, the chapter juggles a lot of new characters, multiple conflicts, and a flashback which might overwhelm readers unfamiliar with the lore. The suspicion among hunters, while compelling, treads familiar ground from the original series. Still, these are small flaws in a chapter that delivers on action, art, and narrative momentum. The series feels poised to explore Suho's irregular, white shadow class and the Itorum threat with greater depth, and I'm eager to see how Yoonho and Miho shape the hunter landscape. This chapter reaffirms Ragnarok's potential to match or exceed its predecessor's epic scope. Rating 4.2/5, a gripping installment that sets a high bar for the season.